Last month, I got told no. A normal loan, nothing crazy, just no. And the only reason they gave me was 3 digits, a credit score I'd never actually seen. So before I tell you what I found, let me back up. Because for years, nobody ever explained this to me either. A credit score is one number, somewhere between 300 and 850, that's supposed to predict whether you pay people back. You never sign up for it. But 3 companies most people couldn't even name, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, quietly keep a file on you. And that file becomes the number, and that one number decides a shocking amount of your life. The loan, the apartment, the car, your insurance, sometimes even the job. Most of us just hope it's fine. We never look inside the file. I never had either, until the day they told me no. So I did something I'd never done before. I went to read the file behind that number. Here's where I started. A free government site called annualcreditreport.com. It's the one place you can pull all 3 of your files for free. So I pulled mine, and right there on page 1 was the number deciding my rent, my rate, my car, built from data I'd never seen. So I started reading, and the deeper I went, the stranger it got. The first strange thing, my 3 scores didn't match. Same me, same week, 3 different numbers, a 40-point spread for one person on the same day. Because how the number gets built is sealed. Your whole financial life goes in one side, one score comes out the other, and the middle is a black box the companies won't explain. Then I found something worse. I went looking for how often these files are just plain wrong. And the source wasn't a blog, it was the Federal Trade Commission, the government's own study. 1 in 5 people had an error on at least one of their reports. 1 in 5. Big enough that for some people it changed the loan they were offered. So I thought, okay, if it's wrong, you fix it. There's a dispute process, you file it, and then the same company that scored you investigates itself. 30 days, they check their own work, case closed, they grade their own homework, and I'm not the only one who noticed. The government's own complaint database, the CFPB, says credit reporting is one of the most complained about things in it. Meanwhile, that file is bought and sold by everyone except you. It's a $1 trillion business, built on a file you're not even allowed to read. So I had a real question. Not how do I fix my score, a bigger one. What if the file didn't have to belong to them at all? So I went looking for whether anyone had actually solved this. Not a startup pitch, a real working system. And I found one. A whole country runs on it. In Estonia, your official records don't sit in a sealed file 3 companies own. They sit on something called a public ledger. Here's what that actually means, in plain terms. Picture the same file, but made of glass. Every entry is written in the open, signed, and stamped with the exact moment it happened. And here's why it can't be quietly faked. It isn't one company's database you have to trust. The same record is copied across many independent computers at once, so changing it in secret is essentially impossible. And there's one more difference that matters most. It's one record, not 3 companies guessing about you. One. And it belongs to you. I kept reading because I didn't believe the privacy part. If it's all in the open, isn't your whole life exposed? No, and this is the clever part. You decide who sees it. When a lender wants to check you, they don't get your file. They ask one question, you approve. They get one answer, yes or no, and your record never leaves your hands. Trust stops being a favor 3 companies do you. It becomes something you can check. And this isn't a someday idea. Estonia has run citizens' records this way for years, and the EU is rolling out digital identity wallets built on the same principle. So what would it actually feel like to own your own file? You walk into a bank, you tap, you're approved, and the file that used to be locked is open, right in your hand. Hidden entries on a record you own? 0. The number stops being something done to you. It becomes a record you carry. And the cost to see it and prove it's right? Nothing. That's the world this is building toward, and it's closer than it sounds. But I didn't want to end on someday. So I did the one thing you can actually do right now. I read my own file, all 3 of them, and I found an error, an account reported wrong. The kind of thing that quietly costs you on every rate you're ever quoted. So I disputed it. Took 10 minutes. Here's your move today. Go to annualcreditreport.com. It's free, it's the real government site, and you can pull all 3. Read yours. 1 in 5 has an error. Find yours before it costs you. Then tell me in the comments what you caught. I read them. Because your worth shouldn't sit in a file you can't open. And the first step to changing that is just opening it. This is the work, one open file at a time. Blue Ridge Treasury. Subscribe, a new blockchain idea every week.